Visiting Yosemite National Park in winter is like stepping into the world's best snow globe. You'll find fewer crowds, frosted landscapes, and some epically magical winter activities. What's up, adventurers? My name is Brooke from Brooke and Boots, and we're back with another National Park Insider Tips and Tricks video. In this video, we're covering everything you need to know about how to visit my favorite national park, Yosemite, in winter. From epic hikes to navigating the treacherous mountain roads, where to stay, and more, this video is going to give you everything you need to plan your own winter wonderland adventure. Yosemite National Park is located in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California. It's known for its towering granite cliffs, giant sequoias, and roaring waterfalls. And it's also one of the most visited national parks in the United States. But in winter, this place has a totally different vibe. I'm very lucky that I grew up going to Yosemite almost every year. And many times we would actually spend the holidays there, like Thanksgiving or Christmas, including most recently when I spent Christmas of 2022 there. Which is all to say, I've got the goods on what you really need to know in order to plan an unforgettable winter escape in Yosemite. So let's dive right in. You're probably not super surprised to learn that winter in Yosemite comes with icy and snowy conditions on the roads, usually at higher elevations. If you're visiting Yosemite in the winter, California and federal law may require you to carry chains in your vehicles at all times. And that includes even if you're driving a four-wheel or all-wheel drive vehicle. There are different levels of chain restrictions that may go into effect in the roads in and around Yosemite, depending on the severity of the weather. So if you have winter tires or an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle, you may not necessarily have to use chains under certain conditions, but you are required to carry them. Keep in mind that rangers and California Highway Patrol will strictly enforce chain control laws when chain requirements are in effect. And having driven these mountain roads in a number of snowy conditions, I promise this is not something you want to be messing around with. If you're renting a vehicle, make sure you carefully look at your agreement to see whether or not using chains will violate your rental agreement, which is surprisingly common. If you don't already own chains for your vehicle, stores in and around the park in towns like Oakhurst may carry them, but there's no guarantee you'll be in stock, and if they are, they're going to be very expensive. So I suggest buying chains that you are sure fits your car elsewhere before heading to the park. Speaking of the roads, all major entrances in and out of Yosemite stay open year-round, except for Tioga Road, which is the only eastern entrance to the park. Tioga Road closes seasonally for high snow as well as avalanche risk, and it's usually closed between November and June, although that can change depending on the year. You can check the NPS website for updated road conditions if you think you're traveling when Tioga Road may be closed. All paved roads inside Yosemite remain open year-round, except for your higher elevation roads, including Glacier Point Road and the road to the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias past the visitor center. The good news is that both of those roads actually open for snowshoeing and cross-country skiing once enough snow has accumulated. If you're planning on using the shuttle inside Yosemite, the Yosemite Valley Shuttle operates year-round, and it's the best way to get around the park, even in the quieter winter season. There's also a winter shuttle that'll take you from the valley up to the Badger Pass ski area and back. If you're wondering where to stay in Yosemite in winter, the good news is that most of the Yosemite hotels operate year-round inside the park. That means the Ahwahnee Hotel, the Yosemite Valley Lodge, and Curry Village all stay open year-round. Outside the valley, the Wawona Hotel does stay open in the beginning of the winter, but usually closes for a couple of months starting after New Year's. Cabin rentals are also available outside of Yosemite Valley. My personal favorite are the Redwoods in Yosemite. It's where my family has been staying for years, and it makes a particularly cozy spot to head back to if you're planning on hitting the ski slopes at Badger Pass. If cold weather camping is your thing, a few of the campgrounds do remain open year-round. That includes the Upper Pines Campground and Camp 4 in Yosemite Valley, as well as the Wawona Campground and Hodgdon Campground in the Wawona area. Okay, now that we've gotten the logistics out of the way, let's dive into the fun stuff, which are the amazing things you can actually do in Yosemite in winter. For some family fun that you can literally only do in winter in Yosemite, head over to the Curry Village Ice Rink. Located literally in the shadow of Half Dome, the Curry Village Ice Rink is open seasonally and is a great activity for the whole family if you're not particularly in the mood for hiking. Once you're off the rink, you can cozy up with a cup of hot chocolate at the fire pit, or head on over to bar 1899 for an adult beverage, and it's one of my favorite bars inside the park. If you're visiting Yosemite for the holidays and you're willing to shell out a little bit of cash for an iconic experience, don't miss the Bracebridge dinner at the Ahwahnee Hotel. The evening is a recreation of a fictional Tudor-style holiday feast, complete with song, dance, and of course, an epic multi-course meal. The event has been happening since the 1920s in Yosemite at the Ahwahnee Hotel. In fact, a young photographer named Ansel Adams was actually one of the show's first directors way back in the day. Tickets must be reserved in advance, and there is a formal dress code for this event. If you want something a little more casual and a lot less expensive, then check out the Ahwahnee's calendar of holiday concerts that are free in the lobby of the hotel. I'll include the link to see the updated schedule for all of those in the description below. If you're visiting Yosemite in February, then you probably already know about the Horsetail Falls Firefall phenomenon. This is a naturally occurring phenomenon that occurs every year in mid to late February. The event is often referred to as the Firefall event because the combination of the sun at a low angle plus the seasonal cascade of Horsetail Falls combine to create this sort of glowing effect on the seasonal waterfall on the canyon's walls. It's a spectacular event for photographers and has become very popular in recent years thanks to some really cool photos on social media. In fact, it's become so popular that in order to manage the crowds that descend on Yosemite for this specific event, the park requires you to have advanced reservations to enter the park during select dates in February. In order to get into Yosemite National Park on weekends in mid to late February, you either need to have an existing hotel or campground reservation or one of these day use permits. As of this filming, those dates in February of 2025 are going to be February 8th through 9th, February 15th through 17th, and February 22nd through 23rd. You can click the link in the description below for updated information. If you're looking to hit the slopes during your trip, well, then you're in luck because the Badger Pass ski area inside Yosemite is actually California's oldest ski area. Whether you're a skier, snowboarder, snowshoer, or just want to go sliding down the hill in a tube with your kids, Badger Pass has activities for everyone and for all levels. The ski area has 5 lifts and 10 runs, most of them being in the easy to intermediate level category, as well as some advanced runs and a few tubing runs as well. If you want to up your ski snowboard skills or learn a new sport like snowboarding, cross-country skiing, or telemark, the Badger Pass Ski School and Badger Pass Nordic Center all offer lessons. As of this recording, lift tickets for a full day at Badger Pass Ski Area start at $64 for an adult. There are discounts for kids, military, and first responders. And to rent your equipment, ski, snowboard, helmet, and poles is going to cost you $42 per day. Now, if like me, you are absolutely god-awful at downhill sports, well, Badger Pass still has something for you, and it's actually my favorite activity to do at Yosemite in winter, and that is snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. Once Glacier Point Road closes for the season, it's actually groomed to create an incredible cross-country ski and snowshoe track. If you want to go snowshoeing, it's incredibly easy. If you can hike, you can snowshoe, and equipment rentals for both are available at the Badger Pass Nordic Center. For intermediate snowshoers, I recommend heading out to Dewey Point. It's a half-day adventure, and you're rewarded with some really jaw-dropping views of the valley below you, covered in snow. Advanced cross-country skiers can make it all the way up Glacier Point Road to Glacier Point itself, where you'll be rewarded with views of Yosemite Valley, the backcountry, and of course Half Dome. If you've never tried snowshoeing or cross-country skiing before, the Badger Pass Ski Area does offer guided tours as well as lessons. Finally, just because it's winter in the Sierras doesn't mean you have to stop hiking. Now, winter may not be exactly prime hiking season in Yosemite, but there are actually a ton of trails that are still accessible, both easy and moderate hikes and some more strenuous all-day hikes. For easy hikes in Yosemite Valley, I recommend doing the Mirror Lake Trail as well as the easy paved trail to Lower Yosemite Falls, and of course taking a walk on the Cook's Meadow Boardwalk for views of both Yosemite Falls and of Half Dome. If you're up for a little bit more of a challenge, take a hike to Chilnawalna Falls, which is the lesser known but one of my favorite winter hikes in Yosemite, located in the Wawona area. You can also take the hike up the Mist Trail, weather permitting, and the Upper Yosemite Falls trails. Some of these trails may close depending on conditions, particularly the Mist Trail and Upper Yosemite Falls Trail, depending on ice. No matter when you're hiking, but especially in winter, make sure that you are extra prepared for the conditions you may face out on the trail. Bring layers, bring water, and some sort of traction device like snowshoes or microspikes in case you run into ice and snow on the trails. Personally, I always bring my trusty Katula microspikes with me wherever I go in winter. Conditions can change pretty quickly on these trails, so check with the ranger or check the NPS website before heading out. Winter is an incredible time to explore in Yosemite, and there are so many things to see and do. If you want more advice for how to visit Yosemite in winter, I've posted a blog post on my website, brookandboots.com. I'll link that in the description below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I post videos every week sharing my own outdoor adventures, as well as providing tips just like this for how you can plan your own epic national park trips. Until then, stay safe, and I will see you out on the trails. Bye.